Working on the door. Silks, I've told you about, it used to be the Starlight, then it was Silks. But when I went, the fight I told you before, when I fought the doorman and I hit the doorman, they were from another town. So it's gone back now to an owner from, it was a lad called Peter Lyons had it. Then he sold it back to a Thorpe, but I called Thorpe, Ian Thorpe had the door. Anyway, I worked for him on the door there. A little tapper, my mate. Tapper's brother was Dave Tapper, who threw the petrol on Lee Duffy and tried to set my light. So a friend of mine, Tony, was a good kid, he could fight for fun. He used to have a fox, found a little baby fox, and got run over, and he took it home and he had it for years. Looked after the little fox, he was a lovely lad. And he used to do the pubs and that in Redcar, and Spennymoor was a good kid. So anyway, we were on the door one night, the cops come, so the cops have come for him, they weren't for him, so they tried to arrest him on the door. I went, hey, fucking behave yourself. This cop was fucking horrible. I won't mention his name because he's still working. And he's grabbed hold of him, and another one's grabbed him, and he's fucking punched my mate in the stomach. And like set about and told him, I need to fucking have pushed him out the way. Fucking asshole, because he's only small, Tony, but he can about 12, 13 stone and weigh about 5, 6, something like that. Anyway, I've said, leave him alone, you fucking bullying bastards. Anyway, the fucking next minute, they've grabbed me, but there's loads more turned up now. There's about fucking 8 of them or something. And then another band fell, so another one, fucking hell. So anyway, they've grabbed me, saying, you're under arrest, because what I've done is, I headbutted him on the side of his head. I think it was the left-hand side. And anyway, the cops come anyway, they try to get me in this van, they were trying to get out. So there was 6, you only can get 6 on you at once because there's not enough room. And I was probably 6 times stronger than most, so I was just throwing them about. I wasn't hitting them, just throwing them. They couldn't get me in the van. So anyway, they've got me to the van, they've pushed me to the van, they've got my legs. I'm holding up on top of the van like this. You remember I was benching over 600 pounds, so I'm holding my hands on the top of the van. And I'm pushing back like that, I'm just pushing them back. They can't get me in this fucking van. So he hits me with a truncheon on the head and I lost my balance a little bit because it fucking hurt. Anyway, they finally got me in the van, so they got me in. So I've laid on my back and I've just kicked the fucking van doors 2, 3 times. The whole door's just smashed open. I went, come on, round fucking 2. I'm jumping about again. I think he's fucking loopy, this fucker. So anyway, this cop, I'm getting done for assaulting the cop. I headbutted him. So there was, I got, they got me in again. They said, right, you put me back in the van, but it was a different van they'd got. And it was like a van with a chain on it and a bolt. So they took me, but now I'm fucking raging I am, because you know, I'm getting locked up for fuck all. I'm just saving my doorman from getting beat up by the cops. But they've cut my finger, and my finger was cut on, I think it was there, you can see it, you can't see it from there anyway. So I got cut, my finger was cut. So they took me to the local police station, and they took me in. I stood there, and I stood at the desk, they started saying, you can't leave me that. It was just squirting like a water pistol out my hand, you know, full of steroids and pumped up and stuff. It's just squirting out my hand, the cut. And he's going to have to take me to the hospital for that. Come here, get some tissue, and I was fuck off. Anyway, they took me to the doctor, it was Dr. Duncan, and I goes to his surgery. And there's 10 cops with me. So many cops coming, 10 of the fuckers. And they're all going, can you put a couple of more stitches in it, make him bleed a bit more? And the doctor went, get out of here now. Whatever they offered the surgery, sorry, get out my surgery. So I put him, are you alright, Brian? Because he knew me, because when I boxed, I got my boxing sitting there. I passed my medical through him. Lovely man, Dr. Duncan, a Scottish doctor. And he said, I'll go witness here because this is pure intimidation. And try 10 of them in there. And they're coming in and I'm a doctor and they're trying to read them, they're frightening me, intimidating me, so God knows what you're all going through. He said, that is terrible what they've done to you, and I've told him what happened. And he said, I'll go to court for you if you want. So he was going to do a statement, but I didn't want to bring him into it. So anyway, and goes back to the police station, put me in the cells. They nicked me for assaulting a police officer. And if you can't a cop, that's why I never ever punched any or hit any. It's the only time I did it, and I headbutted him. Because 2 of them had hold my arms and he was coming at me. I think he's going to punch me. Just nutted him in the face, just a little bit. I didn't fully hit him. So anyway, it goes to court. So I've been caught in this downstairs court. It's funny how they used to both put me in that downstairs court. And I think what it is, the police station was next door to the courts. I think if I kicked off, they thought we could get him out of there instead of upstairs. And the other courtroom further down, which is right at the very bottom, there was loads of courtrooms. They seemed to put me in the courtroom too. I think it was downstairs. I was in that a lot. So anyway, I goes in, I represent myself. So they called cop, I won't say his name, PCM, right, he comes in, he told him, he headbutted him on the left hand side of my temple, blah blah blah. There was 9 coppers giving evidence, and the last one come up was caught. Anyway, I said, did this happen and that? Anyway, they had the statement spot on that I'm going to get 6 months here, maybe 3 to 6 months, maybe even more. It was like a freight type of thing as well. Never charged me a freight, but it was that type of section. So anyway, I'm up for a section, I can't remember what it's called now, for the police assault. So I'm stood there anyway, PC Bright come in, he wasn't that fucking bright. That was his name, PC Bryce. So he's giving evidence. I went, so what happened on that night? So did I grab him? He said, no, what happened is you tried to headbutt my colleague. I said, so did he headbutt him on the left-hand side or the right-hand side? He went, you definitely headbutt him. Are you sure it wasn't the left? He was going, no, because it was the left. I did headbutt him. But he only glanced him a little bit. There was no marks when he went out. And he was going, no, you tried to headbutt him fully on, but you pulled back, which I did. And I just glanced him. He said, and yeah, you didn't, you grabbed, somebody had 2 officers on your hands, you tried to headbutt him like that forward, and you didn't actually, you didn't hit him with a blow. I thought, what a fucking divvy. I said, so are you sure it wasn't on the right hand side then? No, he's going, no, sorry, are you sure it wasn't on the left hand side? I was saying. He's going, no, it was definitely the right. Are you 100% sure? How sure are you it was at the right hand side? Are you sure it wasn't the left? I was at the right. Where was it? And he said the opposite side. He said, they were all saying the left and he said the right. Went in the court and come back in, the magistrates, where there was 2 men and a woman. They went out and come back in and said inconsistency of statements, case against you, not guilty, Mr. Cocky, and go. So I walked out. Right, and they come out, they like fucking, I've done that tune. And he's not so fucking bright, is he? They went, no, laughing. They were all laughing about it and that. I mean, he's not so fucking bright, is he? So I said, see, you've got to get your stories right. I was only about 22-year-old, bless him. But I was only young myself at the time, but another one I got off with there, just with really luck. So anyway, okay guys, that's another story in a day. Got off with it, great.